Siblings. This week, it may struck you just how concerned God is about relationships. The readings this week range from God's creation of us to be companions for one another, to the pain and the brokenness of divorce, from Job's struggle to be faithful to God and his wife, to Jesus who humbled himself in order to serve human beings whom he considered to be his siblings, his brothers and sisters. The readings this week are just a fraction of the biblical teaching on relationships. For God, friends, it all boils down to loving God and loving one another. But this isn't always as easy as it sounds. People can be extremely difficult to love. People can be antagonistic, selfish and arrogant. People can disagree with us and mock us for our faith or our opinions. Some of this very human sinfulness was of course reflected in the disciples as they rebuked those who brought children for Jesus' blessing. They probably thought they were helping Jesus, protecting him from trivial things. But friends, they were getting beyond themselves, and they needed to learn the humility, spontaneity and openness of children, which is why Jesus tells them that his followers must learn to receive God's reign like children. You can't follow Jesus without facing the challenge to be in relationships. Our families, friends, strangers, companions in faith, and even our enemies are all included in God's love and in God's call for us to love. The truth is, it is only when we learn to embrace love to this extent that we really find the abundant life that God desires for us. For too many, self-interest and self-protection trumps intimacy and union. This is what it means to be what Jesus called hard-hearted. Jesus' words then don't just apply to breakdown in marriage relationships. They apply to every relationship. Jesus challenges every one of us on our hard-heartedness, our tendency to protect ourselves and our own interest at the expense of our relationships, be it with friends, family, or companions in faith. This is also why children become such an important part of this passage. Children are not saints, but they are open-hearted. They love easily and give themselves easily. It's only as we grow and get hurt that we start to close and protect our hearts. But in God's reign, a childlike open-heartedness is not an option. Friends, it's the way of grace and love. How can you open your heart a little more this week? I think that the only way to heal a hard heart is to allow it to be broken. We break our hearts by acknowledging our self-interest, our self-protectedness, and by choosing to become more vulnerable to God and others. This means, siblings, being willing to embrace the hurt and the healing that love always brings. This week I invite you to spend time in heartbreaking confession and to ask God to help you to open your heart to love. Pray with me. Break my self-protective heart, O God, and open me to love. Amen. This beautiful labor of love was given to us by Marian Gooding from Kingsley Park Methodist Church. What a beautiful act of kindness.